Hi guys, Kelsey Bachinski here, one-star diamond coach with Beachbody, and I want to talk to you today about expanding your network. This is something that I have done since about month 4, and it absolutely changed the face of my business. In the last 4 months, I've even dove in deeper, and I've gotten kind of better at my craft. So I wanted to share with you what I do and the best practices to be able to expand your network and why it's so important for you. So let's start off why it's important. If you have, say, 100 friends on Facebook, maybe you have 500 friends on Facebook, that's called your warm market. These are people that have been following your journey. They know you. They have maybe known you all your life. Maybe they've known you for a couple of months. These are people that know you and became friends with you prior to becoming a coach. So these are people that know you through work, through family, through friends, whatever it might be. So they know you in a different light. So this is a great place to start. And most of us will have lots of success in the beginning reaching out to these people that already know us and care about us. Okay? Now that warm market can be growing, and you can get people to know you through Facebook. And that's what's so amazing about social media. It allows people to get to know you and to be able to connect with you. So you want to increase your warm market, because those are the people that are going to join you sooner than later, because they're going to feel that they have a connection with you and they're going to want to do what you're doing. So when people start, they think, oh, well, I have 300 friends. 300 friends? Man, I could do challenge packs like left, right, and center all year long. But you know what? Not everyone's going to be ready right at the beginning, and not everyone's going to be ready that year. Some people might be ready to sign up tomorrow, and some might be ready to sign up in 20 months. You never know. So you need to make sure you have an expanding network. Some people are super lucky and they get everyone they know to join right away, and that's awesome. That means that those people are at the same place in life as you, and that's cool. And just embrace that and love it. But eventually, those people are going to run out. So you've got to make sure that you're expanding your network so you don't all of a sudden hit a big old slump. And that's what happened to me. When I first started, I had 127 friends, and I wasn't expanding my network the right way. So all of a sudden, it felt like, boom, brakes on, and I just didn't have anyone. So I started to expand my network. I started doing this by adding friends on Facebook. You'll hear your coach say 1,000 times over, make sure you're adding 5 friends a day. You know what? That's awesome. But you could do even more than that. 5 friends a day, chances are most people take 3 to 4 months to follow you and get to know you before they're going to commit to joining you, unless they already know about Beachbody and already tried a Beachbody program. So it is super important to be adding lots, so that way you can have lots of people following you and ready for the months to come. So I'm going to show you a couple of tricks of how to do this. So I'm going to share my screen with you so you can actually see what we're doing. Okay, so you're going to go on Facebook, and what I like to do is I like to try and add 100 friends a week, sometimes even more. But my goal is 100 friends a week. I add 100 people, and that doesn't mean that 100 people will accept right away, but it will mean that at least 40% are going to say yes. So at least 40 people are going to be new every single week. And the more you post, the more they're going to understand who you are and what you're all about. So let's start off with figuring out how to do this. All right, and then we'll talk about what times of day are best to do it and how to do it and different things you can do once you've added them. So the first thing I do, I don't know about you, but have you ever seen on your Facebook where it scrolls across and it says mutual friends? When I first started, I'm like, yeah, mutual friend, click yes, yes, I know you. But the chances are those people are your mutual friends because they're already friends with coaches. Because the way the computer works, or the way Facebook works, is your mutual friends are shared to you with the people that you're most engaged with. And if you're a new coach, you're most likely checking on people's Facebooks that are coaches because you're learning. So you're going to get mutual friends with them instead, and that's not what you want. So I learned the hard way. I added lots of people, and I thought I was expanding my network, but really all I was doing was adding people that already had a coach. So I had to really figure out, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get away from people that already have coaches and already being successful with Beachbody? How am I going to make it so I have a successful business and how I can help more people? So what I've learned is it's important to really expand your network into other areas outside of your hometown and outside of your region. So for me, I generally try to stay away from Saskatchewan because there's lots of friends and lots of coaches on my team from Saskatchewan, and I don't want to take up that market. I want to expand out and beyond. Okay, so what I have done is I've actually done 3 things. The first thing I did to start to get outside of my region market is I actually went up here into the search engine and I typed in a basic name, a name that I think that lots of people might have. Becky. Let's try Becky. Okay, so I'm going to click Becky, and you'll see that you have these options at the top. It says top latest people. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on people. Okay, so now you're going to see that all of the people that first show up, you can see I'm already friends with them. But if I keep on scrolling, I'm eventually going to get down to people I'm not friends with. But look, because I have mutual friends with coaches, the first ones that are going to show up are going to be ones that are coaches or friends with coaches. So I'm going to want to be really careful of what I'm doing. So I'm going to scroll down. Now, when I'm adding people, I truly want to become their friends, and I truly want to connect with them. And if I want them to join me in a challenge group and have a good time, I want them to like me, and I want to like them, and I want to feel like I can have that bond instantly. And when I'm thinking about building my team of coaches, I want us to be a family. I want us to feel like we click. So I'm going to look for people just like me. So there's a couple things I do. I think, are they married? Are they engaged? Do they have young children, or are they pregnant? Are they teachers, or are they in a profession that helps people? And do they have a dog, or do they travel? All I look for is at least one of those criteria. In some way, we'll be able to connect on all those topics because all those things I am involved in, and or have been involved in, or would like to be involved in my future. So for me, that's an easy way of connecting with these people. So that's what I do. So I'm going to look here right now. I'm going to say, okay, well, this girl, I probably would have because she went to Kamsack, and I have a cabin by Kamsack, and my family's from Kamsack, so I know I could have some connections with her. But she doesn't have an add button, so I'm going to start looking. Okay, well, this girl might be. I can't really tell if we have anything super in common by her picture, because I like to keep it simple. But I can look right here and I'm like, okay, educational assistant. So this person right here, first of all, is in the education field. I know, number 1, we have something in common. Number 2, she's from Kamsack again, family connections. Number 3, she has a family. We're friends. That's why I added her. Okay, so I keep looking. Becky, she's in a relationship, so I'm going to add her. I'm going to go ahead and add her. I'm also going to look here at Becky McLeod. She obviously loves to travel. She's taking a picture, and she sees it as something that's important to her to be posting. Her profile picture is her being somewhere special. So I'm going to add her. Okay, so these are kind of things I think of. I usually do this super fast on my phone. I add like 100 people all at once, just super quick. Okay, so I go through, I kind of take a look at what people are out there. So Rebecca Lynn, okay, she's a teacher in Regina Public. We're friends because she's a teacher. We have something to connect on. Okay, so that's kind of what I do. Now, here you can see this person's already a fitness coach. That's why she pops up when I search for people. So I'm going to keep on scrolling down. Here's a great one, Becky. She has a dog. She obviously loves her dog that she made her profile picture. So I'm going to add her. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually then going to expand my network off of her if she allows me to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on her name. I'm going to go ahead and click. And I'm going to go into her friends. Okay, so I can already see that Amanda and Parrish are friends with her. So that wasn't a super good ad because a coach on our team is already friends with her, or she's a coach herself. Okay, so that's what you got to start thinking. Okay, so here I wouldn't start adding her friends because chances are Amanda is going to dive into that network, or she's a coach herself and she's diving into her own network. So I'm going to go back. Okay, so I'm going to keep looking. So here is another girl, Becky Arthur. We're friends. already. So I kind of scroll through and I kind of try and find people this way. And the reason I do this is because it allows me to connect with people outside of my market. It allows me to find people I don't already know and don't already have friends in common with them. So this is how I actually started to expand into the US and into BC and into Alberta. So I kind of started searching for people outside of my zone. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click on Becky here. I see that, let's see, she's friends with no other coaches that I can see at this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add her. I go into her friends and see if she has her friends open. As of right now, she doesn't. So once she adds me, I can go back into her friends and start adding friends off of her. So that's one way of doing this. Okay, so I'm expanding my network by looking for new people to connect with. And this is a super easy way to start taking your business and expanding your network into other areas outside of your region. This is how I have met tons of coaches on our team, and I've met tons of my challengers. In fact, most of my challengers in the last 12 months have been made or found in this way. I haven't known them, or I haven't had prior contact through anything else other than what cold network marketing. So this is when you start adding people you don't know and you have no mutual friends with. These cases, these mutual friends are people I also don't know. So I start to expand my network. So this is what I do, is I just type in names, and if I'm not really having any luck, that's okay. So here's Becky. She has a little guy, so I'm going to give her an ad, and I'm going to look in her friends. So she has two ladies that I actually know as friends. So once she accepts, I will go ahead and go in her friends. So I see I have a friend acceptance here. So I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to click on here, Cheryl. So Cheryl is from Regina, and she is in a field that I'm not familiar with, and that's okay, but she was recently married, so I know I can connect with her. And I can see that these ladies obviously are family orientated. They love their siblings. I'm guessing they're sisters by the connection here. So that allows me to kind of draw some conclusions. Now, once you're friends, check this out. All of their friends become available to you because most people don't have their friends as closed. I have mine closed so that way other coaches can't come and look into my friends, because sometimes coaches make the mistake of trying to add friends off of other coaches, and that's a big no-no. So I actually have mine closed because that was happening to me. So most people, though, don't. So then I can go in here and say, okay, well, this is fairly easy for me. Here I'm going to add, oh, that's a guy. That's Cody. On request, I don't add guys right now. I'm trying to build up my female network, and then I'm going to go from there after. So I can start adding. So Liz has a little guy. I'm going to add Liz. I can see that Deanna, she's obviously in a relationship. I'm going to add her. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add, let me see here. Let's find someone else. So this is kind of what I do, is I kind of start looking for people that I can connect with. So obviously Casey would have been someone I would have added because she is recently married. And I kind of just look for people to connect with. So this is all I really do to start building that network. Now, once they accept you, what do? For me, what I do is I actually do two things. Sometimes if I'm not really in a bind where I need to, get some people in my challenge group, I kind of just will leave it. And I use my timeline to actually interact with these people. So I'll go and I'll start liking their stuff, or I'll start commenting on their pictures. But I make sure that when I add them, I've had some really great posts that will, number one, let them get to know me. Number two, let them know that I'm a coach and what I'm all about. Number 3, see the opportunity. So if I'm looking for people to become my challenge group, I want to make sure I have a really strong challenge group post prior to me adding them. Once I've added them, I'm going to want to make another one, something vulnerable, something that they can connect to and relate to. This will make it so they kind of get to know you really quick. So that's a really great way. So when I add people, I have a strategy. I make some posts, I add people, I make some posts. Okay. Now, for me, when I'm wanting to connect with people right away, get that ball rolling, what I do is I actually will send some of them some cold messages. So I kind of do a welcome message. Now, from my experience, this can either make them want to join right away, or it can kind of put them off. So sometimes I take the risk and I send out those messages to kind of get things going a little bit faster when I'm really needing to get people in my challenge group. But normally, I like to give them a couple weeks or a month to watch my journey, and I make sure I'm commenting and liking on their stuff, so my stuff keeps coming up in their news feed. So I make it so I'm really kind of in their bubble. I'm there. They might not have really noticed me, but they are seeing my stuff when they scroll through Facebook. So I give it a month before I start reaching out to these people and saying, hey, you know, I don't really know you personally, but I'm a health and wellness coach. I'm also a teacher. This is what I do. I would love for you to join me. I can't wait to get to know you. So that's kind of what I do later on. So that's typically what I do. But some months I need to do a little bit more pushing, and I need to get those connections going a little faster. So I send a message. So those are the 2 things I do. So literally I come in here and I find new friends. Okay. Other things you can do, you can type in things up here that you're interested in. Travel. Okay. And then you can go and you can click on people, and you can actually then start seeing people that have either that name, travel in their name, but if you also, I think it's, you can go hashtag, let's do travel, and then you can actually go groups, and you can start seeing what kind of groups are available. And sometimes what I like to do then, if I'm someone that really likes to travel and connect and stuff, I can see, well, in this group here, there's tons of members. So I can start looking through the members even, because I know right away that all these people in here have something in common with me. So this is a really easy way to find new people as well. So you can go in here and you can actually start adding people right from here. So I can actually then start clicking on people and giving them an ad. So I've done that before. So you'll see I have lots of friends already from this group. So that's kind of what I do. So number 1, start adding people that you don't know and they're not a part of your network by searching people and random names and finding them and then starting to go into their friends. So what I've done is I've actually then, let me see here. So actually you can go into your profile, and then if you go and click on your friends link, I don't know why it's jumping down, friends, and then click on recently added. So then what I'll do is I'll actually then just like go and click on someone. So here's Michelle first. So I became friends with her, and then I can go into her friends and I'll just start adding her friends. So then eventually I'll kind of go through some of the friends here, and then I will then go into like her friend's friend, add some people, and then their friend's friend, and add some people, and kind of take that market and start driving in other places. So that's kind of what I like to do. So here's Kimberly. She hasn't accepted my friends yet. Let's see if she'll let me look at her friends here. No, so only her mutual friends with me I can see. So I kind of play around with it and I get to know people and I get to kind of see what people are all about. So it's a really cool way of network marketing and just kind of expanding your network through a different way. So you need to, this is something that you actually have to do. You have to go and search for these people. You have to connect, but you need to have criteria. You definitely need to have criteria. I don't go into each person and typically read about them or try to get to know them through their Facebook. I have 5 or 6 things that I look for, and I should be able to tell from their picture alone that I'm going to have something in common with them or be able to connect with them. This girl's wearing a scarf. Like, I love scarves, so we'll be friends. So That's what I do. I try to do about 100 a week. Sometimes that looks like 100 in a day. Sometimes that looks like 15 one day and 50 another day. It can look like whatever you want it to look like, but my minimum is 100 a week, which usually gives me 40 new friends a week. So that's my advice for you. I hope this helps, and I hope that you are able to take this and kind of just go with it and go after your network expansion. And just know that, don't be afraid. When I first started, I just did add, and then I closed my computer and I just said, I'm not even gonna look, because I was so afraid that someone was gonna message me and be like, why are you adding me? I don't even know you. But that's a great opportunity to have that discussion. Say, hey, sorry, or don't say sorry. I usually will say, hey girl, thanks for accepting my friend request. I know you don't know me, but I really want to connect with like-minded women. I love everything to do with fitness, health, family, traveling, and I think that you and I have a lot in common, and I would love to get to know you. I can't wait to get to know you through Facebook. Feel free to accept me as your friend. We're not whatever you would like, but I can't wait to get to know you if you do. So have a great day. So that's typically what I'll do when they are like, who are you? But it doesn't happen that often, to be honest. So that's kind of what I do. Don't be afraid. Just go for it and know that this is something that will drive your business forward. So thank you for listening. I know it was long, but I hope it will help. See you guys.